Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Good, Steph. How are you? Thanks for
Doing
having me
well.
today.
I know. Thanks for hopping on with me. So we're doing a new segment for our newsletter and social media, and wanted to just kind of do a client spotlight. You came to mind. I knew you'd be down for the task of being interviewed. And
Always.
so I just wanted to say thank you. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about your business, and we'll learn more about you and why you guys are just so awesome. So
Thanks. Thanks for having me. I love to share.
perfect. First question is just tell us a little bit about yourself, your story, why you're in the business that you're in, a little bit more about what you do and why you shine.
All right. So my name's Jackie Mazur, and I am the owner of Guide My Finances, which is a financial planning firm in Carlsbad. And I got into the business kind of uniquely, I suppose. I was straight out of college. I was 21. I was a finance major and decided that I wanted to give it a go. So just threw myself into it. And so for the last almost 20 years now, I've been working as a financial planner, which has obviously changed and grown quite a bit over the years. But back in 2009, I decided to start my own firm, which is the company I have today, which is really focused on financial planning and acting as a true fiduciary. So my passion is in the strategic planning and making sure that clients know why they're making the decisions that they're making. And so today, what kind of makes us unique is that we offer flat rate consultative financial planning, where we're not selling anything or even requiring asset management for that matter. We're really just working with clients to make sure that they're making the best decisions they can for their future. So I just love doing that. I love thinking strategically. I love saving people money on taxes and meeting new people and being able to really help people to reach their goals.
I think what I really like about your practice in particular is so many times people feel like they're being sold. And you don't require that people ask you to manage their money. They can come to you just for the plan. And I know you're really open and honest about, hey, take this plan and take it to your financial advisor, use this knowledge and strategy and implement it with somebody else. You don't require it. And that really allows people to build the trust and confidence around what you're offering. They don't feel like they're being trapped into having you manage their money. And of course, I know you'd love to, but I love that that's just completely separate and detached from your financial planning.
Yeah, we do offer investment management, but it's an entirely separate service. They're not tied to each other. So as you said, I want clients to know that the advice I'm giving them is right, whether I'm the one implementing it or they're implementing it or somebody else is implementing it. It's not going to change. The advice should always be the same if it's the right advice. And I want clients to have that confidence and to know that the advice I'm providing for them is what it would be, whether I'm moving forward with managing the money or not. And so yeah, it's why I have the business structured the way that it is. I think it's important for people to know that they're receiving unbiased advice and that it's the right advice for them and that there's no ulterior motive on the other end.
Awesome. I love it. Okay, so fun question. If you could have any superhero power, what would it be and why?
It would be the ability to, let me think. Oh, probably to just like get anywhere you want to go. So if I could just do
Teleporting.
teleporting, thank you. What was that show when we were kids where she like put her hands together and time would freeze and she could do whatever she wanted? I would love to teleport. If I could just grab a group of people and say, go to Thailand, and we could all go and spend the afternoon and then come back home, like that would be my favorite.
I love that. I used to always say it would be to never have to sleep. I feel
Oh,
like I could get so much done, but I kind of like yours better. I
yeah,
really like sleeping.
I like to sleep. I feel like better than not ever sleeping would be to like freeze time
There we go.
because you do want to sleep, right? I mean,
It's mostly just to have enough, like as much time in this on this planet, in this earth, that we could do whatever we wanted. That's all I
yeah,
think.
teleporting would help you achieve that.
It would. I like it. I'm on board. If you had one piece of advice to give someone just starting out in the industry, what would it be?
So I think it would be to really understand the different areas of finance. as I've communicated already, my business is somewhat unique, but there's a lot of other unique businesses in the financial planning world. Some of them are really focused on investments. Some are focused on financial planning. Some are very product focused, where others are more fiduciary focused. So I think it's really important to interview with various companies or do your research on different companies. And if you're just starting out, you might not know what you want to do, but to understand what the options are, I think is really important, because for most kids getting started or young people getting started, they're kind of thrown into, you've got to sell products and you've got to sell insurance and you have to make it work. And I feel like if you're starting off that way, it's really hard to get out of that cycle and into a business that maybe feels better or is better for the client. So just do some research, determine what sort of a business or what sort of a plan you want to have, and make sure that you're just understanding those options.
I like it. And then last question is, when people think of Guide My Finances, what message do you want to leave with? What message do you want them to leave with? And what mark do you want to leave?
Okay, so when they think about it,
Yeah.
so I think, somebody just asked me this question the other day, like if I were to ask your top clients, why do they work with you over somebody else? What would you tell them? And I think that for me, it's a couple things. One, it's knowing that I'm just giving solid foundational advice, I think is really helpful. One of the areas I think that we really thrive, and that is an area of like great pride for me, is the ability to think strategically. So for me, I'm helping clients with more than just their investments and their planning. I'm reviewing their taxes with their CPA just to give feedback and ideas, where I'm recommending that they refinance their mortgage. And I'm really kind of going above and beyond to see like what else should you be doing even outside of my basic scope to make sure that you're covering all of your bases and that you're really on track. So I think that like the mark I would like to leave is that they can come to me for anything and that I'm a resource. And if I can't answer the question, I'm going to find somebody who can. And I just want to make sure that for anybody who I'm working with, or even who I'm not working with, if they have a question, I love to be a person who can either answer it for them or help them find that answer. And so for me, I think that's probably the mark I like to leave.
I think it's elevating the standards for service in your industry, ultimately, is what I'm hearing. It's like there are so many financial advisors out there, and you get lots of variety. So I think for you've done a great job. I know personally and professionally, we manage your benefits, and I can just tell you guys are on it. Like, you always have a response. You're always checking your email. You're always getting back to clients. And so I just want to applaud you for elevating the standard of service in your industry. And thanks for being on my little client spotlight. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. We appreciate everything you do for the company as well. So thank you for your great service. It's wonderful.
Thanks for your time.
Of course. You too. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.